Science. Today's episode brought to you by water. Swim in the science.
Water! It makes up 70% of the Earth's surface. In fact, the Pacific Ocean is the largest body of water on Earth. It's home to the Mariana Trench, the deepest point we've found as humans. Oceans account for 90% of all life. And yet we can study something as big as an ocean down on the molecular level. Because water is built from atoms, just like all other matter. So hey, let's check this out. Water is one of the most important molecules to life. It's made of 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. Now, in this experiment here, we have a small glass of H2O. Now, in it are 2 prongs. Now, if you look closely, when we run an electric current through the prongs, we can see the hydrogen atoms and the oxygen atoms separating and being attracted to each of the 2 prongs. Cool!
Hey, what's everybody looking at? Come on, I want to see.
Water isn't just always found as a liquid. It actually has 3 different states: a solid, a liquid, and a gas. Humans are lucky enough to live on a planet where we interact with all 3 different states. That's some high quality H2O. Liquid water is found all over the world. It's water's most common form here. We find it in lakes, rivers, streams, brooks, seas, oceans, ponds, puddles, pools, reservoirs, basins, lagoons, locks, creeks, tributaries, estuaries, waterways, and canals!
Hey, who you looking at for us? Yeah, I see you.
Water in its solid form is called ice. Now, outside of cooling our beverages, many of us have seen frozen water during the winter. We see it at the tops of lakes and ponds, frozen. But also, solid water falls from the sky during the winter. It's called snow. Imagine that. Snow is just small amounts of water frozen into crystals. Frozen water is found all throughout space. Giant snowballs, called comets, are soaring throughout the cosmos. Now, when one of these comets comes close to our sun, part of it melts and becomes visible here on Earth. When heated up enough, say from the sun, or like a pot of water over a flame, the water turns to its gaseous form. Now, this gaseous form is more commonly known as water vapor. We've all seen water vapor, say in the shower, or while drinking a hot cup of tea. Now, if you look closely right here, you can actually see water vapor rising out from the top of the pot. through evaporation. Look close. This whole process is called the water cycle. Now here we have a small experiment to demonstrate the basic components. Over here, we have our water heated by the sun. It's evaporating up towards our atmosphere. Now, in this bowl, we have the top of our atmosphere, significantly cooler than the rising water vapor. Now, when the rising water vapor hits the atmosphere, it begins to cool and condense into clouds. Now, if we look closely at the bowl, we can start to see it fog up around the rim. Now, if we wait just a little bit, that condensing water is going to form into small droplets, which are going to form around the sides of the bowl and run down back towards the bottom, thus completing the water cycle.
Hi everyone, that's all the time we have today. So thanks for watching, and remember, stay wet, but also never stop learning.